Mrs. St. Louis. I'm Jason Sams, the CEO of Tranquility Home Security and Fencing. Now sit back and envision a perfect Sunday afternoon. You and your family are out in your side yard, the birds are chirping, a nice warm breeze is blowing through, and then out of nowhere you hear a rattle. Somebody's jumping over your fence and using your yard as a cut-through, just as they've done so many times before. All the while, every sense of security that you have and privacy is stripped away from you by your peering neighbors. That perfect Sunday afternoon just isn't so nice anymore. And that's why I'm here today to propose for you to construct a privacy fence for your household in Pontiac, Michigan. So on the agenda today, we have the background of the project, some problems you indicated to us, some solutions that we have came up with to counter those problems, some of the benefits of a new privacy fence, the purpose of the project, and I'll be more than happy to answer some questions at the end of the slides. So for the background, this is a nice aerial view of your house in Pontiac, Michigan. The yellow dotted lines indicate your property line, and the white dotted line indicates the front-facing plane of your house. So if you had the front of your house, if you drew a straight line across your yard, that is a white dotted line. That'll come in the plane a little bit, we'll come back to that. So currently your house is bordered by 83 by 103 foot chain link fence that was incorporated in 1972. We know that you have a very large dog, so the condition of the fence is very important to you, as well as you have 5 neighboring lots surrounding your house. We know that previously your current fence is very well is effective and follows all the City of Pontiac zoning regulations, but with your new budget you decided that it's time for an upgrade. So some of the problems you indicated to us is one that your current fence is dated since it was incorporated in 1972. It's also deteriorating from getting beat up by the Michigan weather, and it's just state. Also, you said that you have a $5,000 limit, which isn't a problem with us. It may be with some other companies or corporations, but we can definitely keep you even under your limit. Once again, the invasion of privacy, whereas it is a chain link fence, so it provides no privacy for your family. And also the lack of security, where it reported many cases where people have used your yard as a cut-through since your house lays between 2 parallel streets. And then finally, the zoning laws of the City of Pontiac. You didn't really know too much about it, but we're happy to say that that in the front of your house, the front fence, the privacy fence, can be no higher than 4 feet tall, and the sides and back panels of your privacy fence can be no higher than 6 feet tall, which we've done projects like this, and we already have material in stock to do this. So for our solutions to your problems, Tranquility Home Security and Fencing wants to provide you and your family with a quality privacy fence, ensure your privacy and security, and give you that peace of mind that you've always desired. And we're going to keep the cost below your budget at around $4,600. The schedule for the project is going to be about 1 week or approximately 50 hours. On current projects we've done like this, the homeowner usually likes to do a Monday, Friday business week kind of schedule, but it's always up to your preference. We're also going to make this fence, of course, follow the city zoning laws, so it's under code. And that's what we have right here is the image, once again, the aerial view. As I said before, the white dotted line was going to come into play. To follow the City of Pontiac zoning laws, we're going to use the 4-foot high privacy fence indicated by the red line, and then we're going to use the 6-foot high privacy fence indicated by the blue line. And we've decided that the best value for your budget is the spruce stockade picket fence. Some of the advantages of this fence, as you can see, it's high quality timber. Also, it's no gap feature. Some of the disadvantages of this fence is that with your budget, we didn't want to go over, so the fence will not come weather treated or stained. But we do give you a 1-year warranty to ensure the fence's structural soundness. But we also recommend either going outside or having yourself stain and weatherproof it on a regular yearly schedule to endure its lifespan. So here's some examples of what your house may look like with the new privacy fence. This is your backyard before. You indicated to us this is one of the main zones where a lot of people like to jump over your fence. So this is with the new privacy fence. This is a 6-foot high indicated by the blue line. This is your front yard. As you can see, there's no privacy at all. You can see your whole house in your yard. You say, a lot of little kids come by, pick all your flowers out, imitate and mess with your dog. But now with the 4-foot high privacy fence indicated by the red line, that should be a problem no longer. And then of course the side yard. This is a good example of the combination of the 4- and 6-foot high fences. As you can see, the white dotted lines there again indicating that front-facing plane. And you can see on your left the 4-foot high privacy fence, and on your right the 6-foot high privacy fence. following the code of the city of Pontiac. And once more, in the back of your side yard, this is another hot spot you indicated for people crossing through. You can even see the parallel street behind there. Well, with the new 6-foot high privacy fence, we don't think it's going to be an issue for you any longer. So once again, some of the benefits of the privacy fence, it's going to give you that added security. It's also going to give you added home value, and it's going to be very appealing if you ever decide that you want to sell your house down the road. It's going to give you increased privacy with the no gap feature and its height. And it's also going to give you a great pet enclosure, whereas your dog won't be able to escape. Even little kids won't be able to reach their hand through and mess with them, pick your nice manicured flowers or anything like that. So once again, the purpose of this privacy fence, or the purpose of this proposal is to construct a privacy fence for your household in Pontiac, Michigan. We want to make sure that the privacy fence ensures durability, privacy, and security to meet your needs. And that's it. Fence inability to provide you with the security and privacy that you need. Well, I'm glad today to announce that with your new privacy fence, we have given you that peace of mind that you've always wanted and made that perfect Sunday afternoon no longer a fleeting illusion. So today, I'm here to present a report on the construction of your privacy fence for your household in Pontiac, Michigan. On the agenda today, we have the background of the project, the goals and benefits of the fence, the method that we used, the materials we used, the schedule we followed, the final cost, the results of the project, our personal evaluation of the project, and some recommendations we have to you. And of course, as always, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have at the end. So for the background, once again, here goes the aerial view of your house. Previously, your house was surrounded by 83 by 103 foot chain link fence incorporated in 1972. You have the 5 bordering lots surrounding your house. And for the City of Pontiac zoning regulations, as we went through when we knocked the proposal, the red line indicates your 4-foot high privacy fence line, and the blue indicates your 6-foot high privacy fence. And we know the reason for the upgrade was that even though your old fence was effective and served its purpose, it was up to code also, that its deteriorating state wasn't too good for you and your family, nor your dog. So with your $5,000 budget you presented us, you decided it was time for an upgrade, and that's where we took over. So our goals for the project was, of course, make the fence according to zoning regulations, make it affordable for your family, and keep it under your budget, and also make it competent, providing the privacy and security that you've always desired. The method we used was a 3-step phase. Our first phase is client consulting. This is where we do interviews, personal interviews with the client. We also make an analysis of the project overall. And then we come in with the project research. This is where we come in after the client puts interest into the project. We do a more in-depth land survey and get some dimensions down. We also contact whatever city we're doing the project in. For your case, the City of Pontiac, research their zoning regulations and get some permits for our client. We also like to look at fence types for the project, either by client's request or by the client's price range. Then of course we construct a proposal and present it to the client. Third phase is implementation. This is where we collect the $200 refundable deposit, as well as contact MISDIG to ensure that we won't dig into any power lines, water lines, or gas lines. And then of course we start the construction phase. The materials we use is the 4x8 and the 6x8 spruce stockade picket fence panels, as well as the 4.5 inch by 5 inch by 8 foot pressure treated wood posts to secure your fence. For the schedule of the project lasted over a 7-week span, beginning on May 16th, where we did the personal interviews with you and your family, and then ending with the construction phase, starting on July 11th and ending July 15th. As for the cost, it incorporated the $200 refundable deposit, materials, and labor. But after we subtracted the $200 refundable deposit, your total cost came out to be $4,724.63 under your budget. So as for the results, we used the combination of the 4-foot high and 6-foot high regulation permitted panels for your house. We also it also ensures the privacy and security, one by the true stockade picket fence, no gap feature, as well as the height of the fence. We want to make sure it's quality and can last you a long time, especially with the needed maintenance and upgrades. As well as it endows your added home value and looks very appealing to future home buyers if you ever decide to sell your home. For our evaluation, we were very satisfied that the project finished on time and was under your budget. The only difficulty we ran into was in the back corner of your side yard. You have very low branches on your trees, so it's hard to maneuver the 6-foot panels in. But after much appreciated participation on your part and some sharp shears, we're happy to say that those branches were no longer a problem. And we also gave you the 1-year warranty on the fence, which ensured the structural soundness. But of course, without a proper weather treatment or staining, the lifespan of the fence, especially for the spruce stockade picket fence, goes down drastically. Whereas if you get on a regular 1-year span of weather treating, it can last 40 years. But without doing it every year with this Michigan weather, it's going to get pretty beat up by the time it's 10 years old. So once again, the benefits give you added security, the ensured privacy that you always wanted, it gives you a great yard enclosure for your dog, and also increases your home value. Some of our recommendations to you, because at Tranquility Home Security and Fencing really want to keep a tight client relationship, is we know with your previous budget you couldn't afford a privacy gate for your privacy fence. Well, if later down the road you decide that you do want to incorporate the privacy gate, you can contact us and we can make a gate that matches your fence perfectly. Also, you stepped up the security with your privacy fence for your home, but you can take it one step further and we can add a home security system for your house. As well, if you want us to come out, we can stain your fence any color you desire. As well as with the scheduled maintenance and weatherproofing, as I mentioned earlier, we can get you on that 1-year process, or we can even give you some techniques to do it yourself, because it's very easy to pick these products up at Home Depot, Lowe's, even Walmart. And also, since you're a returning customer, we will give you an added discount. As well, if you refer any of your friends or family to us, you can also get an additional discount, whereas we always have your file on record. So that is the end of the presentation. Do you have any questions for me?
No, our budget was kind of low for the staining of the fence. How long can we go without actually staining it and not worry about ruining the fence?
Okay, that's a good question. For the staining portion of the fence, the stain isn't nearly as important as weatherproofing it. You could go the whole lifespan of the fence without staining it if you wanted, but the main feature is you want to get the weatherproof on there. So without that, that's what really deteriorates your fence. The stain's always an option, just kind of like to make it look well or whatever design you're looking for, but it's the weatherproofing that really matters. So as for the weatherproofing for that question, I would have to say you definitely want to get on a yearly basis of doing it. That's really good. If you could do 2 years, that'd be fine too, but the yearly basis is what's going to keep it up, especially maintenance as well. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay, well, have a great day, and I hope to hear from you down the road for further projects.